Yo, what's up, guys? So I am here with Becky. Some of you guys may remember her. A couple weeks ago, I had her in my Uber and I rapped to her. And after I rapped, she started crying. And
Ugly cry.
started crying because her ex cheated on her, and you got so much sympathy from people. It was insane. That video blew up. But a lot of people wanted a follow-up. So I wanted to get into how you found me.
Well, I was at work, and I was on my lunch break, and then a big okay, so we have a lot of truck drivers. So one of the truck drivers stopped right there where I was eating, and he's like, "Hey, have you seen the video that's on YouTube of you?" He's like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "What video?" He's like, "Come here." And so I walked to the truck, and then he takes out his phone, he shows it to me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And my heart drops. I could sue you for that. I was like, this guy got me crying, looking my worst. What the fuck? So, I mean, honestly, I was freaked out. And then a lot of my friends started sending it to me.
I'm glad that you're a good sport about it, though.
Yeah, a lot of my friends were sending me videos and pictures, so screenshots of what they would find, and they're like, "Oh my god, is this you, bitch? Is this you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So my grandma asked me.
Oh yeah, what happened with your grandma?
My grandma asked me. She's like, "Why are you crying? What happened?" And I told her that you made me cry. I said I told her I came in an Uber and it was my Uber driver, and she's like, "Well, what did he do?" What did he do? And I was like, "No," I said, "Well, he just reminded me about my ex." Made me feel bad, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
I told her that it was really cute, whatever, and then I ended up showing her the video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I showed it to her, and she was like, "Oh my god, you talked about me like I'm famous." So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was so cute. She's like, "I'm famous."
Love you, Grandma.
I love you too, Mom.
What do you think about all that madness? Like so many people showed so much love to what you were going through, and I wasn't expecting it to.
I
get
read all
that.
the comments, and honestly, really sweet. So
it was, huh? Yeah, you guys are awesome, and I think some of them found you too, right?
Yeah, a lot of them were sending me also screenshots asking me "Is this you?" And I got a lot of "You're beautiful." Of course, a little bit of hate, but that's okay. It'll happen.
Hate's gonna happen. But thank you for being part of that and being part of this. I wanted to bring you back because I wanted to somewhat unpack what happened, exactly when you guys broke up and he cheated. So when you found out that he cheated, what was going through your head at the time?
At that time, I was at work actually, and so I had left work, and I came home. He was still there, and when I tell you, it was literally the worst feeling in the fucking world. The worst feeling. Honestly, words can't even put into emotion, but at that moment, I felt like somebody had died. I had received news, that somebody in my life had died.
Yeah.
So, I had came home, and he had told me that I wasn't good enough for him. Straight up in my face, he had told me I wasn't good enough, and that he wanted more, and he wanted something else. So, at that moment, I was kind of damn, a whole year living together, and this.
Oh, you guys were living together for a year?
For a year, living together for a year. So it was, it was a lot, but I was at that moment. I just didn't know what to do. He told me, "Don't follow me. I'm going to work." He had left, and I just laid on my bed, and I was like, "What now?" What now? What do I do? What steps do I take? So it's kind of lost, I guess.
You know what's crazy is. When two individuals get into a relationship, usually one of them sort of morphs into the other person. You know what I mean? And then what happens is when something like that happens, you get out and you're all discombobulated and who the hell am I?
Exactly.
Type of thing, right? I'm assuming that's what you were going through.
Because we did, because we did everything together, from eating to cooking to cleaning to literally everything we did together, and I felt damn, I'm so used to it. If I kick him out, what am I gonna do? How do I live my life basically? So, it was just heartbreaking.
Absolutely, I would imagine. I would take this as a time to somewhat celebrate being able to rediscover yourself, right? And things that you like. one of the things I wanted to do was like show you some practical things to get through this, and also to understand yourself a little better, and to attract the kind of person that you want into your life. So one of the things is see it as it is, and not like worse than it is. You know what I mean? To like where the point where like you just want to give up, right? And it happened, you know, and I think one of the main things to do now is to develop a compelling future, either for your life or for a relationship. Because having a vision is going to give you the psychological fuel that you need to pull you out of this, and you don't get depressed, right? Like without a vision, you will perish. You have to develop a vision for yourself. So like, do you want to get in another relationship, or do you want to just work on yourself?
Oh, that's a hard question. And I'm going to be honest, because I don't know. I feel like a lot of girls, like, our heart's so invested, like, I don't know if it's just like a girl thing where we just use so much emotion. Guys don't use as much as emotion as girls do. Okay. But, you know, like, I just feel like right now, more so work on myself. Okay. So I want to work on myself. I mean, if a hot guy comes around, then all right. Or, you know, somebody that's going to treat me really, really good. You know what, though? Looks are not everything. Looks are not everything. Find somebody, you know, that's going to treat you with respect and love you. Not somebody that's trying to just your pants and stuff, you know?
Got it, yeah. So it sounds like you want to work on yourself, and if someone comes along, you're not against it.
No.
Type of thing, right? Okay, got it. That's good. That's really good. We talked before you got in the car, and like you wanted to go to, or you're planning on going to school.
Yeah, I am.
I think, right?
Going to school.
What are you going to go to school for?
You know what? I changed. Well, okay, I wanted to do business, but I'm like, business, you don't really need college. So I want to do child development. I want to do child development.
Okay.
I already have a couple units in that. So.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking child development. I want to work at a school, be a teacher, probably preschool. So.
That's awesome. So I think that's actually compelling.
Your smile is so contagious. I like looking at you like.
well, thank you. That
like it makes me shy to look at you.
So, I lost my train of thought.
I know, me too.
Oh, okay. I think that's actually a really good, compelling future that, like, you can focus on, and then you're gonna become someone that's gonna attract someone like you or like-minded. So I think that's really good.
Exactly.
Now.
But you know what was crazy though? Uh-huh. Since the beginning of the relationship, he would tell me like I don't see a future with you. Or like, you know, like straight up in the beginning, I was dumb for staying. It's my fault. It's my fault. But
well, the cheating is not your fault. That
no, yeah, 1000%. The cheating isn't. I mean, I kind of knew, suspected, and I believed him. When you feel so alone and you feel so like, oh my God, I have no part of me left to do anything, is spend time with your family, spend time with your loved ones. You know, spend time with people that's gonna keep your mind occupied. Because what I did the first like 2 days is like text him like, you know, I miss you, come see me, this and that, and I was apologizing.
Oh,
I was stupid. I apologized for not being good enough.
Oh my goodness.
I said, you know what, I'm so sorry that I wasn't good enough and I didn't give you what you wanted, and I asked for him back.
Wow. I
asked for him back. So, you know, as soon as something like that happens, you know that person's not good for you. Walk away
and that
from
you are enough.
Yes,
like, period.
I am enough. I am enough.
So, I think one of the things after something like that happens is you start thinking all men are cheaters.
Yes.
And assholes, right?
Yes.
So here's the thing with that though. Is where focus goes, your energy is gonna flow. So if you think that all men are cheaters, liars, this and that, that's all you're gonna attract, because that's all you think that's out there. Make sense? So one of the best things to do is to attract the person that you want is to make a list, maybe like 10 characteristics that you want your partner to be like. So it's like truthful,
kind to me, others,
loyal, good friend, good this, good that, right? So and then once you have that list of 10 characteristics that you want him or her to be like, focus on that, and that's all you're gonna get, and the right person is gonna come. That's just how it works. When you get the chance, write down 10 things that you want your next partner to be like. Focus on that and just see what happens. So out of curiosity, do you know your love language? Or do you know what a love language is?
No.
Okay, so this would be really helpful, and it'll help you get to know yourself as well. So there's 5 love languages that people have. So one is physical touch, meaning that you like being held, hold, pat on the back, that type of thing, right? That's how you like to receive love. Second is words of affirmation, meaning you like being told you're beautiful, you're doing a great job, things of that nature, right? Third one is acts of service. So you like when someone does things for you, like clean the house, throw out the trash, things like that. You know what I mean? Fourth is quality time, meaning that you value spending time with someone a lot. And when it's you two, it's just you two and nothing else. Quality time. And the 5th love language is receiving gifts. It's like you like gifts. It can be something small like a card or be something big, but that's how you like to receive love. So there's actually an online test. So we're going to have you take that and then figure out your top 2. And then once you know your top 2, then you know what you value and how someone should be loving you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the love language test. It's free. All you guys got to type in is 5 love languages. I'll leave the link in the description, but go ahead and take it and let's find out yours. What's one of the questions? Or like, what does this question say?
This one says, it's more meaningful to me when I get a hug from somebody whom I haven't seen in a while, or I hear someone I love tell me how much I mean to him or her.
Which one is it?
Ooh. See, that's why I have to think about it. I hear someone I love tell me how much I mean to him or her.
Boom.
Quality time and physical touch.
Oh, okay, cool. So your results are in. So, wow. Okay, so your top 2, which are the most important love languages, are quality time and physical touch. But it goes more into depth about them. So, quality time. In quality time, nothing says I love you like full undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, and all chores and tasks on standby makes you truly feel special and loved. Distractions, postponed activities, or the failure to listen can be especially hurtful, whether it's spending uninterrupted time talking with someone else or doing activities together. You deepen your connection with others through sharing time. I think that's really good for you to know. Like, do you think that's you?
Yes.
For sure?
For
so
sure.
that's really good to know, because now, like, you know how you like to be loved and you know what you value. You like spending time with someone and sitting down, and when they don't give you that, you feel like you're not being loved.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense? Makes sense? So the next one is physical touch, which is your other or your second most, or your second top one. A person whose primary language is physical touch, not surprisingly, very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, and thoughtful touches on the arm. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. Appropriate and timely touches communicate warmth, safety, and love to you. Is that you? Next year. So your top 2, quality time and physical touch. Now you know how you like to be loved. So you know the next relationship you get into, what you want. And if they're not giving you that, hey, I value quality time and I'm not getting time. Or, yeah, I like being touched more, right? And then that way they can love you right, because their love language may be gifts, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how they love. So maybe
every person I meet, I'm gonna have them take this test.
That is right.
Let me see. Let me
see the way you love. You know, because someone whose number 1 is receiving gifts, they're not gonna love you the way you want to be loved unless you bring it to their attention, because they just like giving gifts, and that's the way they love.
That's good.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I know. The first time I took this thing, I was like, damn, this shit is deep, but it helps you get to know yourself better.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, I just wanted to bring you guys' attention. They are not sponsoring this video at all. Like, I wish they did. That would be cool. But this is just a very useful tool that I use, and it helped me get to know myself better and people better, right? And people, you know what I noticed is that the way people like show love is the way that they like to receive love. So like, for example, my mom, she gives gifts like a mofo, right? And like, that's not in my top 2, but I understand that that's her number 1 or number 2. So like, okay, you like receiving gifts, so if I give you a gift, that's gonna mean the world to you because that's your number 1 love language. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just such a useful tool to use. Mine is words of affirmation and physical touch. Those are most guys. Like, most guys are words of affirmation and physical touch, like being told things and touch. Like, that's just what most guys.
And they'll still cheat.
Oh no! You can't think that.
No, I know.
Where focus goes,
No.
energy is gonna flow. But I think the top 2 things to take away is to make. Well, actually, first, develop your future, a compelling future, right, for yourself, and that way, the right person is gonna come along, right? That's just what's gonna happen. 2 is make a whole list of things that you want your partner to be like. Focus on that. Forget everything else. You know what you don't want, right? Focus on the things that you want them to be like, and it's gonna, get attracted to you.
Yeah.
And then knowing your love language is just like, there's no beating that. So Becky, thank you so much for coming back. Everyone wanted to know a little bit more of your story and how you got through it, and I'm thankful that you were able to come in here again and be part of this. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
The world loves you. By the way, people talk shit that I gave you a half-ass hug. Did you see that?
I mean, you know what though? I didn't know you.
Exactly. Like,
how are you gonna
let me give you a badass hug. Like, you guys wanted me first to get her damn number. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to ask for everybody's number who comes? Like, that's not how it's gonna happen. And then 2, like, I'm not gonna give her a fucking crazy ass hug. We barely met each other. Like, I don't know.
That would have been weird. I would have felt weird if like you were like, oh, give me a hug.
Thank you. But
like, I mean, I did need a hug, so I was crying, but not like I don't know.
I feel that. But now I think I want to give you a real hug.
Real hug.
For being part of this. So thank you so much, Becky. So that was pretty awesome, guys. I'm really happy that we got to see her again, hear a little bit more of her story, and I wanted to give her some tools, to get through this hard time. And I hope that you guys make use of some of the tools. If you guys want to see more vlogs like this, be sure to share, like, and comment, and I will do a lot more just for you guys. Much love.